Capricorn, my dear sea goat, you know, the mythological symbol of Capricorn, the goat with the fishtail, meaning that you can climb mountains and you can swim waters and you can get wherever you want to go. And I know you will. You are going to have to celebrate very soon because Pluto is leaving your sun sign on March 14th. Well, for a little while, then it's going to retrograde back into your sign again for the rest of the year. Then it's going to go back into Aquarius, and then there's a little, about 2 months sometime in, I think, 2024, where it's going to go back into Capricorn, and then by the end of 2024, it's going to leave your sign completely, forever, or at least in your lifetime and many other people's lifetime. Because, funny enough, you know, Pluto, the longer, the more, because this is the way that it circles around the sun. It stays longer and longer in the signs as it circles around the sun. I think Gemini is going to stay for 2 decades in, more than 2 decades in Gemini. And that should be interesting. But it's moving into Aquarius, which is the sign of humanitarianism. And I think we can all see things actually being revealed in a very human way, where I think I don't necessarily see there's going to be any room for any kind of BS, so to speak. I mean, people's personalities will shine through, and the truth of who they are, and it's going to take on a really different energy. But you get to celebrate that it's leaving your sign, because God only knows that. Pluto has been quite the challenge for a lot of Capricorns since 2008, when it entered Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn. That said, I'm happy that you're here with me, Oliver, here at Wellness Beyond Intuition. I am so sorry I went missing in action. It looks like I'm looking in the mirror, but no, it's just itchy. That's what you get for having a beard and thinking that you look like a Viking. I'm so sorry I went missing in action back in February. Personal issues and personal stuff happened, and it happens to the best of us. And this month readings, they are a little delayed due to a major move. But talking about love readings, because I did promise you love readings back in February. Good news is they're going to be monthly now. Not together with these. I mean, these are not going anywhere. But the love readings there are going to be monthly as well. So much more videos are coming out. Just are. As we go on, always know that you should check out your other placements. We are talking, and I'm saying this if you're new to the channel and you're not quite certain what those placements they are your moon rising, Venus, and I like to also encourage people to check out their Jupiter sign. But let's see where we're all at. In Capricorn, I hope you're doing really well. It's always wonderful to know that I'm in your energy, even though I can't see you. It's just wonderful to know that I'm here in your energy field, and I'm grateful that you chose to check out my channel to hear what I have to say to you. So let's go before the time is up, because then what's the point? The devil. Oh my God, how perfect. That is you. Did you know that? In the tarot cards, the devil is represented by Capricorn. Why not? Then we got the Strength, we got the Knight of Cups, we got the Five of Wands, so we got the Page of Swords, we got the Hanged Man, we got the Five of Cups right underneath the Five of Wands. There's some certain things, like you're walking around with a pebble in your shoe. You gotta get those shoe off, right, and get that pebble out. The Magician, Judgment, and we're going to end looking at the Moon here. So, having gone through what we've gone through in so to speak, in January, February, the love month again. We're moving into March here. We're going into April. Through a lot of decisions making that you've made, I can see that. I mean, you've made a lot of decisions here the past couple of months where I don't think people quite understood why you did what you did, or why you made those decisions. And quite frankly, the devil really tells me that it's not nobody's business how you chose to do things. This is where he gives you an opportunity to, not in a rude way, but laugh at people's opinion about where you need to take things and what they think you should do. It's funny, it doesn't matter how old you get, people will always tell you, well, you should do this, and sorry, like I'm 85, you're telling me what to do. It's just one of those things, You find your strength best when you follow your own guide, and not everybody's going to understand that completely. There's somebody on the sideline with their heart on their sleeves who are still not certain what to do with you, where to go with you. So I'm going to leave that alone, because it's one of those situations that it's almost like the letter has been written and the flowers have been bought, the horse is waiting, but nothing is really happening. So I'm just going to leave it there, saying, whoever this particular person is that seems to be wanting to make an entrance in your life again, still haven't found the necessary courage to do that. And you know what, that's fine, because I'm looking at things that are more important for you right now. And we're looking at the Five of Wands and the Five of Cups right underneath each other, okay? So you trying to focus on work and what that entails can feel a little bit exhausting, not just creatively, but also emotionally. So I wouldn't even know if you were in the right, if this particular person came back into your life, I'd say you might not even be ready, or you might not even be in the right space to embrace them and let them come in. What I can tell you underneath all of that is the Judgment card. So you are going to find a way to actually bring a sense of validation to why it has been so exhausting. And I think what it is, the outcome here is, and it's not a warning, but it is a suggestion. And I'm not talking, when we're talking the moon, some people talk about deception. I think for you, it's more allowing you to tap into your feminine energy, which is your deep intuition of what it is that's going on around you. You're going to really have to rely on it. And again, I'm not saying that as a warning. I'm really saying that because I think that it's good for you to focus on using your intuition. We should all do that much more than we do already. Remember, your words, they are your power, and they go very well with intuition. So where you want to cast your spell and see yourself improve, combine that with intuition. And also remember, read the fine prints, especially if you have to sign anything coming up. It's good to just, how quickly, it's sort of like, I'm not saying you have to do it every time you go online, but remember when they say, do you agree with this? And then like this much comes up and you just scroll down to the button and you hit yes, not even knowing what it is that you're saying yes to, right? I've never done that. But on a more serious note, like if you do get something where it gives you an opportunity to read through the whole contract, especially when it comes to the fine prints. And that all, but translate that into many different things. I mean, if there is a situation, a person, a job offer that's coming into your life, read the fine prints and use your intuition here. It doesn't necessarily has to be anything written. Fine prints can show up as a red flag, or it's something that we just ignore, and then we move on, and then we have to go back and we have to sort of, you know, do it all over again. The Hangman tells me a little bit about being suspended in mid-air and not quite certain in which direction to go. And I usually think that when we're in a situation like that, don't go anywhere. It's just really that simple. I mean, even though that it can feel very non-productive to feel suspended in mid-air, it may just be where you need to be right now. Remember, this is not permanent. We're just talking March here. March. You know, soon we'll be in April, and we'll be back here. We'll talk about something completely different. Wow, this is actually the first time I've said that. Not the first time, but I've read for a few signs now, and I always say that I think it's gonna spill over into April, and we're gonna revisit that. I really think that this is specifically we are concentrating on March here. Good to know. You're being spied on. You are being checked out in many different aspects. Well, because of the strength that you're showing, who you are, it does make you look incredibly attractive, just so you know. And so therefore you're being noticed, which is not a bad idea. So whoever you think is not looking at you, trust me, they are. And maybe one or more people who are sort of keeping you under their radar and keeping an eye on you. Sounds creepy. Can be. Doesn't have to be. That is where you get to just step back and say, of course they're checking me out because I'm gorgeous. That said, I know I like to make fun, but that said, I really feel that March is, there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to wrap up here in March and move into a different space. And April's going to bring to you a brand new energy that you can really build upon. Keep that in mind. And for the most part, I would say that in March here, sort of just dust and wrap up and sweep in front of your front door, you know, like you rebuilt a lot of things since 2008 because of Pluto, you know, and it's sort of like building a house, you know, the house is finally done, and now there's only the cleanup work to do because of dust and whatever, a few bricks that's left over, whatever, who knows. Clean that up. Spend the rest of March to clean all of it up. So when April comes around, oh, here we go, we are going into April. So when April comes around, you have a clean slate that you can build from. How's that? Dear Capricorn, I am so happy I'm back here talking to you, and lovely to have you here. I will see you back in April. Don't forget to check out those other placements, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And I'll see you soon.